Hello, Normans, and welcome back to this week's Norman News. I'm Grace Suomi.
And I'm Natalie Gold. Stay tuned for news on Wednesday's schedule.
And more on the mass protests around Iran. Around the school in 30 minutes, this is the Norman News. Hello, Normans. This past week, Joe Biden passed his announcement plans to expand abortion access and other reproductive services around the United States. His plans as of right now are to allow the Department of Veterans Affairs to provide abortion care to veterans and family members in certain circumstances, regardless of the abortion law in the given state. He also says the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services will provide over $6 million in grants to help fund research to improve and expand access to reproductive health care. We're looking forward to seeing the outcomes of these new plans, and we're praying on a safe outcome for women around the United States. Have a great week, Norman. Now, Natalie with school news.
Thanks, Grace. Seniors, on Wednesday, October 12, 2022, we will be having an off-campus college work day. This Wednesday, be sure to utilize your time to work on your college applications and essays. There will be a Common App Zoom at 1 p.m. and a UC Application Zoom at 2 p.m., both with Ms. Barneson. You can find the links to these Zooms on the most recent email from the BHHS College Center. Seniors, don't forget that if you are applying early action or early decision to a school, your applications will be due on November 1st. The UC and Cal State school application deadlines are November 30th. Freshmen, don't forget that on October 12th, you'll be taking a PSAT in school, and juniors will be taking the PSAT/NMSQT in class as well. Now to Jason with more school news.
Thanks, Natalie. Hello, Normans. Last Thursday, the superintendent released a message to the BHUSD community regarding a non-credible threat to BHHS. The message said, quote, "Earlier today, a social media site, Citizen App, reported that there was a man with a gun in a parking structure near BHHS. Beverly Hills Police Department School Resource Officer Maitland was on scene at the high school and radioed BHPD Communications Center to investigate the report. The Citizen App report of a man armed with a gun in parking garage was immediately deemed non-credible by both LAPD and BHPD. The parking garage in which the alleged incident took place is in Los Angeles, not in Beverly Hills jurisdiction. LAPD worked with BHPD and the BHUSD Director of School Safety to confirm that the Citizen App report was entirely false. LAPD has confirmed this was a verbal parking dispute and there was no firearm involved. The incident has concluded. The superintendent emphasized in his message that there was never any threat to BHHS, and the BHUSD is communicating this information in accordance with their commitment of transparency. Thankfully, the report on Citizen was false, and there was no threat to BHHS or anyone on campus. Remember, Normans, it is important that we are mindful of our surroundings and what is going on around us. If you see something suspicious, make sure you say something to school staff or campus security, as the best way to avoid problems is for all of us to stay vigilant. Now to Eden with international news.
Thanks, Jason. At least 133 people have reportedly been killed as anti-government protests spread in Iran. The protests, which have been nonstop for the last 4 weeks, were sparked by the death of 22-year-old Mahsa Amini, who died under the custody of the morality police. They had detained Amini for alleged violations of the country's strict Islamic dress code. Young women in Iran have been leading the protests and are tearing off and waving their headscarves and hijabs as they call for rights and freedom. The protests quickly spread to communities across Iran and have been met by a harsh government crackdown, including beatings, arrests, and killings of demonstrators, as well as internet disruptions. Protests, however, are not only taking place in Iran. Marches and peaceful demonstrations have taken place all over the world, and several world leaders have condemned the Iranian government. Change is necessary, and the women of Iran deserve freedom. We will have more on this news topic in the weeks to come. That's all the international news for today. Now to this week's field report that also discusses this topic. On September 16th, 22-year-old Mahsa Amini was killed in Iran by morality police for having her hair show under her hijab. After being viciously beaten, Mahsa entered a coma and was pronounced dead days later. Since her death, millions of women in Iran and around the world have taken to the streets and are not remaining silent. However, the police is not treating protesters fairly, and already 70 protesters have been killed. Beverly Hills High School has a large Persian community, and we want to know what their thoughts are on this horrific incident.
Are you aware of what's currently going on in Iran?
Yes.
Yes, I am aware.
Aware of the current situation in Iran?
Yes, I've seen it on Instagram.
Are you aware of what's going on in Iran?
Yeah, I am aware.
Yeah, the citizens of Iran are very angry that women don't have that many rights. They have to cover their hair and they want to change.
Are you aware of the current situation in Iran?
Yes.
And what is your message to the women protesting right now?
I think that they should continue to protest. I think that nothing will happen if everybody just sits there and lets the Iranian government arrest women and men for protesting against wearing a hijab.
My message to all the women in Iran is just to keep fighting and to not back down until we can bring awareness and hopefully some change in Iran. And that I hope that there'll be freedom for not only the women, but just for everyone in Iran with the Islamic regime.
What were your thoughts when you originally heard about this?
When I originally heard about this, it was hard to believe. After I saw what's really going on and I saw many different news sources, I believed it, and I was shocked to see what's going on.
My thoughts are that women should be able to wear whatever they want and have their hair out if they'd like to, and they shouldn't be killed for not being able to.
Yes, I am really upset about that, and I feel that that woman's life was lost for a really dumb reason, and people should start speaking out about this.
I think that it's very sad what is happening and that it should not be happening.
Everyone that we interviewed here at Beverly Hills High School was extremely saddened to hear what happened to Mahsa, but they all support the women of Iran and want to see them fight. We here in Beverly Hills will not be silent, and we will fight and give a voice to those who are being silenced in Iran. Thank you so much for watching, and rest in peace to Mahsa.
Thank you. The Central Valley has been going through a mega drought plaguing the American West, in which more rural communities are losing access to groundwater. A resident in that location, Elaine Moore, stated, "Everybody's very careful with what water they're using. In fact, my granddaughter is emptying the kids' little pool to flush the toilets. Because of the drought, heavy plumbing depletes underground aquifers that aren't being replenished by rain and snow." According to the California Department of Water Resources, over 1,200 wells have run dry this year statewide, which is a 50% increase over the same period last year. For 3 years in a row, California experienced its driest years on record, and state water officials are preparing for another dry year. The agriculture region is going through water shortage, and farmers are being forced to fallow fields and let orchids wither. At the moment, residents with dry wells are able to get help from a state program that provides bottled water as well as storage tanks that are regularly filled by water delivery trucks. Not to Noor with local news.
Thanks, Akira. On October 7th, the new Shake Shack in Beverly Hills opened. This location is on South Santa Monica Boulevard and has already been a positive addition to the city. Customers can either dine in or order ahead on the Shack app for pickup. Shake Shack has a variety of different burgers and shakes that everyone can enjoy. The company has also decided to give back to the community by partnering with the Los Angeles-based nonprofit Food on Foot organization. This organization helps low-income families receive nutritious meals, clothing, housing, and more. At the new Beverly Hills location, $1 from every sandwich will be donated to the Food on Foot. Make sure to check out the new restaurant. Now to Ariane and Mickey with sports.
Thank you, Nora. Hey, Normans, I'm your host, Horiani, and welcome back to Pro Sports. Starting off with college football, local USC and UCLA won their games with 17-14 lead for USC and a 42-32 lead for UCLA. Continuing on to pro football, the Chargers won their game 34-24, and the Rams lost 9-24 to the 49ers. Closing us off, LA Galaxy tied their past game, placing them in top 4 in the Western Conference. That's all for pro sports. Now on to Mickey with school sports.
Thank you, Ariane. Good morning, Normans. I'm Mickey, and I've been coming to you with this week's school sports. Unfortunately, last week's football game was canceled, so make sure to show extra support this week when our team plays against Hawthorne. Boys water polo plays this week on Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday is a home game against South, so make sure to stop by. Girls volleyball has 3 games this week, today, Wednesday, and Thursday. Thursday's game is in the swim gym and is senior night for the team, so make sure to stop by and show the seniors in their last volleyball game. Finally, girls tennis has a match today and on Wednesday. Good luck, Beverly, and go Normans! Now to Delara with this week's movie review.
Hi, my name is Natasha Jadidolahi, and welcome to a special report at Elrodale Elementary School. Today, there's been a car accident on the corner of Whittier and Wilshire. The vehicle did not penetrate into the fence, and luckily, there was no construction workers on site because it was a Sunday night. Our amazing board president and superintendent, Mary Wells, and Dr. Breggy were here, and this is what they had to say. I'm here with Superintendent Dr. Breggy. He was also on the scene. So can you tell us a little bit about what you think of what happened?
Yeah, so I got a report that we had a car in an accident and that it had moved up onto our school perimeter here at El Rodeo. So fortunately, I live right down the street. So I was able to get the board president, myself, our executive director for M&O, and we were all out here. And fortunately, everybody's okay.
We were surprised when we got here and saw the car, how it had pretty much launched into the landscaping, but the good news is that the people in the car were not injured in any way, and it doesn't look like it breached the fence in any way for the property, so that's the good news for the evening.
We talked to the driver and passenger about the accident, and they told us that as they were turning left on Whittier, the white car was accelerating super fast and then crashed into them, pushing them straight into the bushes of El Rodeo. We are here with a witness who also goes to Beverly Hills High School, Jasmine Mehdizadeh. Can you tell us a little bit about what you saw?
Yeah, I was driving on the way home and it was quite scary. A car was going past and then it just ran straight into El Rodeo. It was like horrific. Thank God nobody died or nobody was injured, and my heart goes out to whoever's in that car.
Thank you guys for watching this special KBB report. My heart goes out to all the people involved in the accident, and I'm glad they're all okay and safe. Now, let's send it back to the desk.
Thank you, Mickey. Upcoming movie Black Adam stars Dwayne Johnson as a lead role in the Shazam continuation. Black Adam, formerly known as Teth Adam, was given almighty powers, which he has chosen to use for evil. After employing his abilities, he was imprisoned and transformed into Black Adam. After almost 5,000 years, Black Adam has evolved from a myth to a legend. Now that he is free, the Justice Society, made up of Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Atom Smasher, and Cyclone, challenges his vengeful justice. Tune in to follow the epic battle on October 22nd. Now let's sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's movie trailer.
My son sacrificed his life to save me. These powers are not a gift, but a curse. Born out of rage. Suomi till.
This loose cannon needs to be locked down before innocent people start getting hurt.
He's been asleep for 5,000 years.
You find us a cell that can hold him, we'll take care of the rest.
Who's on the team?
I didn't bring a passport.
You don't need passports. You're the Justice Society.
There's a war going on outside we ain't safe from.
Black Adam.
We're here to negotiate your peaceful surrender.
Heard about at least 3 killings this afternoon.
I'm not peaceful. Nor do I surrender. Here we go. I kneel before no one.
You didn't come here to seek justice. You came to exact revenge.
I never said I was a hero.
Giving you respect, I expect the same thing.
You believe you are not worthy. But fate does not make mistakes.
I'm fighting for you. There's a war going on outside we ain't safe from.
You have 2 paths. You can be the destroyer of this world. Or you can be its savior.
Thank you so much, Deborah. Black Adam looks amazing, and I can't wait to go check it out.
Go get your tickets for Black Adam today. Now let's send it to Chloe and Sophia with an interview.
Sophia Sadian, and today I have Chloe and Ronnie here with me.
Today we'll be discussing the issue of the deadly drug fentanyl, and more specifically, how it can be concealed into Halloween candy. So to start off, what is fentanyl?
So fentanyl is a high potency, which is up to 100 times stronger than morphine, and it's a synthetic opioid, which is a chemical used to treat sudden and ongoing pain that is colorless and odorless and can cause rapid respiratory depression. You may even stop breathing, which also results in accidental death. So Chloe, how do I know if the candy I'm taking has fentanyl?
You don't. Fentanyl does not have a color or smell.
To avoid the accidental consumption of this drug, do not eat candy from anyone and make sure to buy your own.
Thanks for watching. Now let's send it to Matthew with gaming.
Thank you. Solstice is a game that has excited me from the moment of its trailer to the first few moments of gameplay. A hack-and-slash game in the style of Devil May Cry, with a story and world based on the works such as Claymore and Berserk. What more could I dream of? Let's start with the gameplay. You play as Briar and Lute, these two, that have been twin sisters that have been fused together to become a magical super soldier known as a Chimera. Briar, this one, is the physical twin. Known for her confident, stoic, and overall noble nature, is the character responsible for your combos, physical attacks, and movement, while Lute, the ghost, is a bit more gentle and sensitive, who controls your spells and magical attacks. The gameplay is about using them in tandem with each other, having Lute weaken or delay enemies or swap between shields in order to defend Briar, while Briar does the big damage. Further customizable with runes and weapons that you can equip to the two. This is not to mention Briar's monstrous transformation, or the Berserk state, though do be warned of the dangers of this transformation, lest the two become one. The game is interspersed with platforming and puzzle solving, and other elements to diversify the gameplay. The story takes place in the city of Eildon, as a tear in the sky leads to monsters and spirits known as wraiths invading the city and ultimately leading to the end of the world. Briar and Lute will be forced to face horrifying monstrosities and confront their past, as Lute must find a way to control the monster her sister is slowly becoming. Fighting against terrifying monstrosities that plan to bring a new world, each of the bosses you face is a type of commentary on relationships, some healthy, others toxic, and all have a poignant sense of tragedy. With untrustworthy allies and ulterior motives, Briar and Lute have their own bond and a family challenged at each and every turn. The specifics of each boss will not be something I can go into in this review, but if you can't play Solstice, at least look up a Let's Play to experience the bosses alone. The main antagonist of Hannah is an incredible parallel to the two sisters. With a similar past to the twins, she lashes out at a world that stole her humanity, and has complete control over her host's will, a toxic familial bond, and spite, counterparted by Briar and Lute's neutral bond that is fueled by care for each other. The story is heart-wrenching and dark the whole way through, with very few moments of humor to calm or break the darkness, yet there is still hope throughout the entire game. No matter how bad this world gets, Briar and Lute will face it head-on, and as long as they have each other, they can overcome anything. The story is both told through cutscenes and dialogue from NPCs, with mandatory information being given, and something I would like to compliment Solstice on is its world. The graphics find this perfect style of realism and fantasy to have an impact with perfect gothic fantasy elements. The composition for the game is also top-notch, even if I don't personally have too much to say. Solstice is a very long game, however, so do keep in mind that your time management for the style of game. I wish I could say more, but Solstice is really just a game you have to experience. And having someone tell you about it really means nothing, so please, check it out. Solstice has a lot of heart, and it deserves all the attention it can get. Now let's send it to Dylan and Aaron for another field report.
Rated M for mature.
I won't leave you. You're not a monster. In the beginning, the world was subjugated by chaos. Endless droves of horrors trespassed into the world. And so came the solstice of souls. Something's coming.
Between death and transcendence, a chimera chooses death.
Show us what you've got!
We have a whole new world to forge.
May the judge have mercy on your souls.
Sister.
You're here with me.
I always will be.
As long as we are together, we're not going down. They wanted yet another monster. They shall have one.
No! You must resist it! PlayStation.
Hi Normans, I'm Neman with KBB. Recently there was a club rush where students signed up for clubs. Today we're going to be asking students what clubs they signed up for and which one was their favorite. What clubs did you join this year?
So I joined the Beverly Hills Running Club, the Real Estate Club, the Jewish Club I think, and the French Club of course.
Which one's your favorite?
I think the French Club because, I'm French, but I'm looking forward to the Real Estate Club, yeah.
Thank you for your input. What clubs did you join?
I joined Drama Lab, Comedy Sports, and Chess Club.
Which one's your favorite?
Currently, Drama Lab has been very nice.
Why'd you like them?
Well, I'm already a theater kid, so this is just more of what I like. And also the people there are so kind.
What clubs did you join this year?
I joined Persian Club. I joined DECA. Yeah.
Why'd you like them?
Well, I haven't been to a DECA meeting yet, but I really like Persian Club because I get to be closer to my community.
Thank you for the input. What clubs are you joining?
Well, I have my own club called DECA. It's a business-oriented club, and it's one of the biggest clubs on Beverly. Basically, you go to competitions and you do like fake role plays, like you do fake business deals or like whatever you want to compete in, and it just helps kids get interested in like the business world and practice their speaking skills.
Thank you. What clubs did you join this year?
This year I joined the music club, and so far I've enjoyed it.
Clubs did you join at Club Rush?
I joined DECA. I joined Person Union Club, the Jewish Club, Cookies for Cancer, a bunch of other clubs that I don't remember, but yeah, I joined DECA.
Which club is your favorite?
DECA. DECA's a great club. I'm excited to go on trips and learn more about financial stuff.
Thank you. What clubs do you join?
The Real Estate Club and the Jewish Club.
Thank you. As you can see, there are many clubs this year. Many students have joined each club and they're very fun. Joining a club will improve your high school experience. And if you haven't joined a club, I recommend you do so. Thank you for listening. Send it back to the desk.
Thank you so much, Dylan and Aaron. This field report was a great way to inform students about the available clubs we offer at BHHS.
If you're interested in joining any clubs, please contact a club president directly or visit the BHHS website. Now to London with an interview.
Asking her about Kanye West and his most recent controversy.
Oh, the anti-Semitic tweet.
And the White Lives Matter t-shirt.
This is White Lives Matter shirt.
Oh,
Candace Owens?
Yeah, that one.
Him and Candace Owens are the White Lives.
I swear to God, I'm leaving in 5 minutes.
Wait, the outdoor one? Is that outdoor patio?
Second floor. What did they say?
That Sophia.
Press it and say.
Act like we did it. How would he know?
Hi, I'm London Neman and I'm here with
Tandis Mehr.
Today I will be asking Tandis about what she thinks about Kanye West and his most recent controversies. Recently, at the Paris Fashion Week show, Kanye West wore a White Lives Matter t-shirt and made a statement about Jewish people on Twitter. What are your thoughts?
To begin with the White Lives Matter t-shirt, I feel that he is trying to start drama because originally he had worn the Black Lives Matter t-shirt to the show, and now he's just trying to have people talk about it and be like, why did he go from wearing a BLM t-shirt to a White Lives Matter t-shirt? So he's just doing that to, like, you know, for people to talk about him. And then as far as the tweet, I feel that was kind of stupid about him to do because, like, he probably had a lot of, like, Jewish followers and fans, and now they think he's a bad person for saying something like that. However, the tweet was deleted shortly after, so maybe he, like, regretted it. I don't know.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Mehdizadeh, and welcome to the week of October 10th, 2022 weather forecast. This week in Beverly Hills, we'll see sunny skies with temperatures ranging in the mid-70s. As you can see, today it will be 75, and moving on to our high on Thursday of 76. Now in Santa Monica, where temperatures are a bit cooler, where the temperatures are in the low 70s, temperatures ranging from 70 to the high on Thursday as well of 73. Now on to Los Angeles, where it's usually a bit more humid, starting off at 78 degrees and moving on throughout the week from the high 70s. Thank you for watching this week's weather forecast. I'm Jasmine Mehdizadeh, and thank you.
Thanks, Jasmine, and thank you for tuning in to this week's Norman News. I'm Grace Suomi.
And I'm Natalie Gold. We will see you next week.